Field, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best because I am.
Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Steelers get the first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Ready.
55, Mike 55. Hey, watch it. Switch.
Go out.
Check out.
Ready.
They'll run on first down. It's Bradley. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat. 41 yards on the ground. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. A first carry now. This is Johnson. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
That is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready?
Check, Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go, here we go. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno. Check, check.
There.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Yeah.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Check 13. Check 13.
Go.
Check hot route. Hot. Shoot. Say. Check 99. Check 99. Check 52. Check the backer.
Get it.
2nd and 13. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good start.
Mixon hit, and all the ball is out, and it looks like Steeler football. It is! Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week, forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill.
Come on,
With desire. We'll go with desire.
What are you, the rhyme master now?
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd down now, it's Bradley, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Get the ball right here. Let's go. Slam. Watch the ship. Hey.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Yeah.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Wide, get wide. Switch it, come on, switch it.
Hard. Hey, seam 6.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Jim. Rush in.
Rock it.
Kill. Check. Lucky.
They'll look to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Check. Showing it. Back. Check three. He's crashing.
Leo.
They'll run with Mixon. Able to slip. And he loses the football a 2nd time. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Hey, alert 3. Check 31. Check.
Go out.
He's coming. We got double up.
Get it.
Now Joe Mixon. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll set up a throw. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Down. 50, plant.
54. Watch the screen. Pass. Check 26. Sponge. No.
Snap.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
I'm coming.
2nd and 9 now. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
Check.
Hey, Sam off. Hey, orbit.
54.
Back to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On 1st down, Nixon. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now back to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Fighting to stay upright. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Bengals 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
All day, dog. No. Kill. Tight dog.
Bam.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Right there.
2nd and 14. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, lock it. Yep.
54, Mike.
Hey, high 7.
54. Let's go heavy. Tell me what you got.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
59. Recon, 132 fighter. Go. Slam. Ready?
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Going to look deep for Wilson. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Come on, set.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Down. 10-2 soft.
Check 55 to Mike. Here we go.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Let's get that ball right here.
Alert 3, alert 3. Hey, Echo.
They'll look to throw. Space to maneuver at the 40. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, we got to seal. We got to seal. We got to seal. Hey, box drop. Box drop.
Watch the safety creep. Under crunch. Under crunch. Under crunch.
On the
looking to throw. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And this is caught at the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And it's 21-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Kill. Out. Ship.
Hard. Get it.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. A beautiful fake. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Watch the screen.
Snap.
He'll drop to throw. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Hey, exit.
54.
2nd and 11. He finds his running back, Mixon. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 45-yard line.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw here. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it makes the score 21-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And now running right through it. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 76 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Kill. Turn up.
Leo.
Hey, watch it.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Here we go. 8 read.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal.
218, chopper. Hey, Charlie.
They'll drop the throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The Bengals drive about to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
SOS. Slam, slam, slam.
Hustle. Be crippled.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Watch the run.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. I'm going to come back to you.
Hey, Sam off. Get it.
He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. That one goes for 30 yards.
I know we our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Bradley, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Drop deep. Safe.
Hey, team 6. Check right.
Watch it, 5. Let's go.
They'll look to throw here.
Let's get off the field.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This one taken just inside the 10. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here we go. Gone. 60 Pittsburgh.
Shift. Watch the shift.
Look at me. Door. Fire.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Bradley. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check 50. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Hard.
Bang.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bradley. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down.
On the ready.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's
go. 18 Gator.
Double dog. That's the way. 6 guys.
Rock it.
Slip.
On 1st down, Bradley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Watch out.
Go out.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Credit the tackle to Darius Phillips. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
They're a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Hey, zoom.
It's complete to Grant. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Double up.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bradley pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hey, Alpha. Ready.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 41. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Bradley, and he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
90 Wolf.
Ricky. Showing it.
Buzz.
Back.
Hey, lock it.
Check 3.
Shoot.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. It was Matthew Adams who got him down on the defensive side.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
6-6. Bullet high. Alert 3. Hey, orbit. Deep grip.
Back to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and the lead will swell by one more.
Bengals 10. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Samuels. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
A gain of 11 makes it 3rd and 1.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Don't get nervous.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
70, Indy.
Sponge.
4.
36.
Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bradley, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
5.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys
Guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Steelers 52, Bengals 10. Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Come on,
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Shift. Check 24. Check 24. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Mixon. A big play there for the Bengals. 61 yards that time on the ground.
And the Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Let's go. 54's Mike. 54's Mike.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Pittsburgh, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.